What's going on, everybody? It's Jason with Buy Build Sell. Welcome to another episode. Today we are finally excited to do the house tour here on our Marinette project. We are right now in Pacific Palisades. The house we're looking at right behind me is a 6,700 square foot house. It's got 7 bedrooms, 8.5 bathrooms, a movie theater, a pool, a barbecue, no bowling alley, because I gotta get you out of that house somehow, right? So we're gonna get you into the house. Come on, take a tour with me and let me show you around. Are you as excited as me? Come on. So right here as we walk into the house, as you're gonna see, we walk into the door that has a vertical pattern. The really cool aspect about this front door, the reason it has this design is that it's actually following a pattern that you see on the garage door. So the garage door has this chevron pattern that matches up, and then the door continues that pattern and continues with it. Really cool feature. I love this door. It's treated me well, and it's opened and closed many times. Here's the thing about this house. I'm gonna get you into the builder standpoint of this home. I really wanna make sure that this isn't some retail realtor pitching you on why to buy this house. I don't give a shit if you buy this house, okay? But if you're interested, you should reach out. I mean, genuinely, my email's below, okay? See you soon, all right? But truthfully, I wanna get you guys inside the mind of my head, what's going on when I'm building this thing. As I show you the final details on this home, like what were some of the things that I went through, didn't go through, decided to change, made a decision on. That's what we're here about. I call this house the opposite house. There aren't that many opposites in the home, but the few opposites that I made decisions on, they were fun for me to pick, and it really happens right here on this first floor. One of the things I did is I put herringbone details on the ceiling, and then I put herringbone details on the main open floor plan, the family room and the kitchen. And it insets only on the family room, which is behind you, in front of me, and the dining room. So for me, herringbone really expands the space and really makes it non-linear. So putting that on the ceiling, which is, you know, the opposite of what you would expect, because you're in this hallway, you're walking down into this space. You actually have the floor taking you down this hallway and showing you through, but you have an expansive ceiling that kind of opens up the space and doesn't make it feel as confining. Keep in mind, this is my arm's width, okay? That's usually about 6 feet, we're about 7. So this is pretty big, it's not small, but we're playing mind games here. This is the whole design intent behind it, is to really make this house feel even bigger than it's already big, all right? We have this flow that happens from the dining room to the family room, all right? And that really creates major entertaining space. I mean, when you're done eating Thanksgiving dinner, you pop onto the couch and you're still not away from your family, right? But you get to pass out comfortably. Here we are in the kitchen. Let's go through this whole space, because this is a very open concept floor plan, more than normal, okay? Like in our kitchen, we are next to the breakfast nook. We have our family room right behind us, and we have the kitchen. You might be asking me, which is a good question, you can go ahead and put it in the comments below, what's so opposite about this kitchen? Not necessarily opposite, but unusual or different. So normally you come into a kitchen, you'll find yourself on center, you'll find 2 pendants right above the island. You know, you'll have something, you know, kind of bringing you to center of the kitchen and bringing you forward. I didn't do that. Because this kitchen is so big, I really feel like I got to design something different and unique without having to conform to standard design practices. And I don't think this came out any less great. I think that this is an amazing kitchen. It's an expansive kitchen. I'm really excited to kind of show it off, because I'm excited about how it came out. If you actually come over here, you'll see that you have those pendants, you have that center feeling. You have that big window, you have beautiful plants right behind you that you can kind of see some nature from it. You have the symmetrical pendants, you have the symmetrical shelves. You got that light passing through. You literally have light here and literally coming through the shelf. So it's, you know, really cool, even though this is not glass, right? So we put the LED lights underneath the shelf to bring that light down and bring it through and light up this kitchen in a remarkable way. So we have the porcelain island, the porcelain backsplash, and then the quartz countertops that wrap the kitchen around completely. Here's the great thing about porcelain. Everyone asks me this. What materials do you use? I use all the materials. There's always a reason why I would pick marble over quartz, over porcelain. Whatever decision I'm making, there's a reason for it. The great thing about porcelain is that it's actually non-absorbent. So it's a completely solid material. You can pour a glass of wine on this thing. You can push it in, you can smudge it in, nothing's gonna happen. From porcelain all the way down to natural, the more porous the material becomes. So this requires the least amount of maintenance. As you go from porcelain to quartz to limestone to marble to anything else that you may want to pick and choose from, the more porous it is, the more natural it becomes, the more maintenance it requires. That's it. Also, as you go from porcelain down, now porcelain slabs are different than porcelain material, but normally porcelain is the cheapest material all the way down as it goes. The more maintenance it requires, the more expensive it's gonna be. Life has kind of got us by something on that. They got us by the, you know what I'm talking about. Right, the huevos rancheros. Here we have the microwave underneath the cabinets. We've got the fridge freezer, which kind of disappear here, but you can see them right into the cabinetry here, which is really cool. Someone left their Coke in the fridge. These are built in, they match, you have the wood panels on them. If you notice also, these cabinetry pieces do not go up to the ceiling. So the reason why, and we'll flip around and I'll show you, is because I really wanted to make these feel like a piece of furniture more than a piece of built-in cabinetry. And the reason is because we have such high ceilings, we have such a expansive space. When you actually span out and look at this kitchen in totality, the only reason why this is all the way up to the ceiling is because we have that venting going out to the outside, right? But from everywhere else, you really want to make this feel open, massive, expansive, and actually dropping it from the ceiling gives us that feeling of, wow, this is bigger than it should be, okay? Another opposite on this floor is these cabinets right here. We're keeping in line with the traditional layout, fireplace on center, cabinets flanking both sides, right? But what I did differently, which I can't say it's like unusual or not usual or whatever, it's really just something that I did personally. We decided to flip these cabinets inside out. So what we would normally expect to see is a white oak cabinetry and then maybe a painted interior or just, you know, wood interior, whatever, you know. But we actually did the opposite. So we actually did white oak completely on the interior and then a painted exterior. Gives me the opposite contrast, but again, it was, you know, something that I felt was unique and different and not usual. So I really wanted to try to do something different. It kind of gets boring when you're doing the same house over and over again. And with the volume of houses that we do, we're constantly trying to be unique and different. Stepping outside the boundaries of what we normally do is really the only way that we're comfortable staying unique. We'll go through the Butler's pantry, okay? Now in the Butler's pantry, if you remember on Glen Avon, the Glen Avon house tour, I talked a lot about the wine wall that we did there. So downstairs in the basement, we do have a wine wall there. No, it is not temperature controlled, but I will show you what I do in a house like this, of this nature, that kind of helps put the two pieces together, okay? So we do a wine wall in the basement. That's where you'll show off your wine. And then right through here, we have an actual Sub-Zero wine unit cooler that's from a manufacturer, an appliance piece that will genuinely cool these wine racks so that way you can actually have proper temperature controlled wine in this space. This gives you the ability to store a lot of your wine downstairs, bring it up to the bottles you will be using soon or shortly, get those prepared correctly, and you can switch them out or continue to keep them on a cycle as you're using them. If you're drinking too much, call the 1-800 number below. Down this corridor, I'll let you take a walk yourself, but you'll basically find dry goods pantry, laundry room, and this right here is our guest bedroom. Our office, our maid's quarter, whatever you want to call it. But this is genuinely just a space that is extra for you. You get to use it however you want. That bedroom, of course, does have a walk-in closet and a bathroom for you to use because you don't want to have to run all the way down to the powder bathroom down there, right? Before we go outside, let me show you the rest of the first floor. You know I love my stairs. You know I gotta talk about my stairs. Before I get to it, right here, we have the elevator right next door. Now, if you can kind of see quickly down this hallway, it's a very short hallway. We have a coat closet right there. That's where you can hide all your Christmas stuff. You have a powder room down there, which is really cool. Something we did really uniquely there is we put just a room for your sink and then a secondary room just for the toilet room. The reason we put this elevator in here is not because of any other reason other than it really opens up every single floor to being more useful than what it can be. And the fact that we have a rooftop deck on this house allows for people to be able to go from the basement, walking into the party room downstairs, going into an elevator, upstairs to the top floor and party at night. Really cool vibes, really cool feeling. Can't wait to show you guys it, but that's the elevator. And that's the reason we have it in the house, for no other reason than for, it's a cool item and it's actually useful. You know what? Let me show you right now.
And we're just gonna zoom through all of this.
This would have been a good time for the Chris Farley impression. At least it would have made sense. There you go. Welcome to the rooftop. Come on in. Imagine you're coming out here. Wow, it's bright. There's no cover. There's no nothing out here. Natural sunlight. Love it. We have a built-in bench against the wall. This is gonna give you the opportunity to kind of chill, relax. Lounge space here. There's a TV location right over here. Now again, keep in mind, this is staged. This is not actually how I envision the space being used, is I really do imagine this being more of a open, fun, inviting place to be. So up here, let's take it from the builder's perspective of what's going on up here, okay? When you're doing a rooftop deck, it's almost like preparing for a pool on a ground, okay? The amount of water that's gonna hit this rooftop is way more than any roof should ever handle, okay? So forget about the fact that it needs to carry a load that could technically be able to handle a pool, okay? It's gotta be able to take that water and take it somewhere else. So what we have here, this may look like tile to you, but it's actually not. This is actually an epoxy coating layered concrete mix that you can see in a video that we did up here, which maybe tells you a little bit more about it. But truthfully, this is just epoxy with a detailed finish in it, with tape lines that create the grout lines. This is all waterproof. There are like, I think, 5 layers of waterproofing, including the plywood that we use to actually form this deck, that all maintain a water allowance that will hopefully sheet this water off. So if water gets through any layer of this, hopefully it's not gonna be caught, you know, in the master bedroom, right? We have 4 drains in this rooftop deck that'll all catch that water, that are all driving down the water to the first floor out to the sewer line. We have a scupper drain at the top of this section right here, so that if any of these drains get clogged, and just imagine for a second, okay, that this all gets clogged, the water is rising, oh no, what's gonna happen, World War III. What I've made sure of is that this first step, actually it's right here, actually, the hump is right here. There's actually a floor hump right here that is higher than the scupper. And all of this has slope to it. There's no way that we couldn't not get slope to it. It's important that there's slopes here that all drain the water appropriately. But right here we have a hump that allows this hump to be higher than the scupper, so that if water is rising, the floor will be higher than the water, lower than the scupper, and water will lead out the scupper into the gutters. We have those awesome copper gutters that we have here, right? And then down into the drain system that we have here. And if you're interested in learning more about that, press the link right here and you can see the LID episode. Cool, right? That's the rooftop deck. You guys want us to go see the master? Comment below, let me know which room you want to see next, and maybe you might be right. Before we go into any other room, let me talk about the stair details, because you guys know I'm a crazy stair guy, okay? I want you to get the vantage point from right here, okay? This is where you're gonna see all of the details. I'm gonna point out the details you need to see, okay? And then you'll see all of it, all right? You're gonna see this gap right here. Okay, you're gonna see this gap. And then you're gonna see the railing itself. Now, I kind of wanted to go for more of a free-form railing, but this was the best that made sense for the house. But what's really unique about this is it's got all of these like elements to the stairs, and I love getting creative with the stairs just because it's that center focus, it's that focal point in the house. That's the first thing you see. It's a big piece in the home, and it's kind of a fun creative piece for me. This is a very modern type of staircase. This is not like a traditional staircase by any means. There's no baseboard on the floors. There's no overhang, everything is mitered. All these square elements, and then you guessed it. If you put the word opposite in the comments right now, you got it. Round, round, round handle, round balusters. What's going on? Jason's crazy, but I'm having fun. And if you're having fun too, subscribe to the channel, like this video, press the bell. It lets you know another video is coming your way. Come on, get it with the game. You're having fun. All right, so that's my stairs. That's my stairs on this project, and I really hope you guys like it. All right, let's go see the master. Come on. Now look, upstairs in the second floor, we do have 3 secondary bedrooms. 1, 2, 3. All of them have a ceiling detail. All of them have their own bathroom. All of them have their own closet. Because it's been one of those rooms that we've kind of gone in, seen, felt out, but didn't really explore the details on it. Okay, because everyone assumes that the primary bedroom is just gonna be wow and amazing, and clearly it is, all right? But don't worry, there's a bunch of details here that I really haven't talked about because it hasn't been the right time. Honestly, guys, sit down for a second. You're already sitting down, you're watching YouTube. You're probably in your bed, honestly. 2 master closets. There's a mirror in there too, if you want to see. There's a mirror behind the door here. There's a mirror on this wall. There's a little vestibule or whatever you want to call this. I'm not going to make any assumptions here, okay? Because truthfully, I haven't been in one in a very long time. But I imagine being in a master suite hotel room, top floor of some hotel that's really cool and expensive, right? That's what I want to feel like when I'm in a primary bedroom, okay? I want to feel like I am away. I got 3 kids. I don't know why I put 6. Like I was imagining I have more. There's only 3 of them, okay? But trust me, every time I go into my bedroom, I want to feel like I'm not near them, all right? I love them, but we all need a vacation. We all need a break, all right? We're parents, okay? That's what I really wanted this to feel like. There's an open floor plan. There's an open feel to this whole entire thing. I have this really cool barn door I put on the master. Check that out, self-closing. All right, but that's the door. So imagine literally, you just closed off. But I don't even really want this to be closed. I only have this here in case of privacy or whatever. But truthfully, I want this thing wide open. I want to feel like this is its own big master suite space all the time. Okay, come on into the bathroom, check it out. Let me show you something cool. If you remember, we spoke about materials, right? So in the master bathroom, I actually put another porcelain. All right, look, next we are going to talk about the outside. So truthfully, there's not much to talk about on the front. The house is pretty close to the street, so I'm not gonna go over too much on there, but let's go outside the back. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's talk about Go Landscapers for a minute. Okay. So again, if you want to know more about the outside, you can definitely check out this LID video we have up here. That'll definitely give you a lot of the technical information that we have out here. But let's talk about the design. What did I do out here? It looks like a mess. It's completely disheveled. It's gross. Why are you shaking your head? Yes, don't do that. That's not nice. I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay. I'll be honest with you guys. I designed this house from the rooftop deck. Okay? That's pretty much how I put this whole thing together. I decided, I'm like, okay, visually seeing this house as if there was a drone there, okay? Now keep in mind, we had to design this backyard before the house was ever built. Because I had to dig the pool before I did the basement. The reason I had to dig the pool before I did the basement is I would not be able to get the machinery to the back here if I didn't. So I had to dig that pool first, all right? So I had to imagine that I was looking at this property from a drone, looking down and figuring out how everything was gonna lay out. It was not easy. I really had to envision how this wall was gonna look, what was gonna be here, what was gonna be coming here, and then making those decisions as they came. So the main thing I decided is that because I have the longest length from the house to the wall, I was gonna place the pool there. I was gonna let that be a giant pool. The rest of it, I was able to make a decision as we were here. Literally, this opens up, it expands this whole entire space. It's incredible. Truly makes this feel like an indoor-outdoor space. The thing that I talk about the most is really bringing the luxury from the inside out. Okay, we want to make this feel like it's as amazing and luxurious as the inside of the home. Okay, so from here, we have a really cool space where the adults can lounge at a fireplace location, a fire pit location. Feel free, feel exciting. Watch the kids jump around and play in the pool. And then right down there, of course, we have our barbecue. So if you look up, and you'll see the drone shot right now, what I'm showing you, but this is all very linear, okay? And that's kind of the vision I had, is I wanted to make this all feel like there was a ton of space here to use. So there's even space that we haven't really blocked off yet. But we have our living room, our dining room, and our kitchen on the outdoor space. You ever think about that, okay? Those elements are outside too. So you don't have to live just inside, you can live outside too. Our kitchen, our barbecue, our sink, our dining space, our living room, our pool, our play space, right? The fire pits, the lounge, the formal living room, if you call it, okay? It's all happening outside too. We have the grass for kids to play with, but this is really cool. So let's see if it works. It doesn't work, it's not on yet. And I'm not gonna bother turning it on. Everything beyond the wall of this property, everything beyond the portacarpus that I put here, so this is portacarpus. Okay, everything beyond this wall is all natural. Everything is natural growth. Everything you see, natural growth. None of it. I didn't install any of it. I think I put some vines in there to kind of help grow and like fill voids and spots, but nothing crazy. All right, let's wrap it up. Come on. All right. Honestly, guys, this was an absolute pleasure to shoot. This was an absolute pleasure to show you. I hope you guys had a lot of fun on this tour. If there's any detailed questions about certain things that you saw here, let me know in the comments. Drop them down below. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, press that bell button. It lets you know that more videos are coming. If you like this video, it lets other people just like you know that they might like it too. Honestly, guys, thank you so much for your support. I have a fun time. If there's anything in the video that you want to see more of, we can always come back here and do another video. So I'd love to show you more details. If you have questions about certain materials or items or how we use things or what we do to do them, let me know. I'd love to get detailed for you. See you on the next video.